What's going on, guys? JT with an unboxing and quick look at the all-new Team Corally Radix 6. Now, I picked this up from Tiny Adventures RC, so I will leave a link in the description to their website if you want to go over there and visit them. And then they also have a physical store too, so it is a hobby shop. They do have stuff in their hobby shop as well, a lot of different parts and accessories, and they are stocking the whole Team Corally lineup as well. Now, this buggy is going to run you at $479.99, and they do have a coupon code you can use to get $10 off if you have something or you purchase something that's $200 or more. Put in the code COVID-19, that's COVID-19, and it'll give you $10 off of your order of $200 or more. So back to this buggy. So if you guys aren't familiar, I did have about a year ago, I did have the Kronos from Team Corally, which was a truggy style truck, and it did need some upgrades to it. It needed several things to make the car or truck more beefier, and Team Corally over I guess like the past year or several months, they went in and made a lot of modifications, and I think they've actually got it right with these newer versions. Now, this Radix 6, I'll get this out the box in just a second, is in close resemblance to their Python four-wheel drive buggy. The biggest difference is going to be the tires and wheels, and then also the body are basically the tires more than anything else. I think the wheels may be the same, but the tread pattern on the tires is different, and then the body is different as well. It has more of a cab forward type body where the Python does. So you guys see those images and stuff popping up from there. So let me go ahead and let's crack this open and see what we got up in here. And getting this out, and you guys know we got to do it. Oh, you gotta love the smell of a brand new RC car, smelling that rubber and stuff to it. So give me just a couple minutes. I'm gonna get all this out and see what all they've given us up in here and take a closer look at the buggy. Actually, before I take this out, this is actually pretty cool what they've done here. You guys see this foam up in here? That's gonna help this from damaging your tires and stuff. This is the first time I've seen something like this or seen a company do this. Because a lot of times you get particular ready to run cars and stuff shipped to you, and sometimes they get crushed, and not so much that the car is crushed, but sometimes some weight can go on the tires and stuff, and they've actually thought about that and accommodated for that by putting this foam in there. So that is pretty cool and unique in my book, because you guys see already the foam's got a little bit of indent into it because of some of the pressure. Maybe the box was upside down and stuff in it, but it's not going to affect the tires, so now I don't have to worry about driving it around for a pack or two to get the tires to kind of round out and stuff more. So I thought that was a pretty neat, pretty new and unique there that they did that in. Oh yeah, y'all smell that? That smells so good. So anyway, give me just a minute. I'm gonna get all this out. All right, y'all, let's shed a little light on here real quick. Yeah, there we go. So got this bad boy out the box. Now, before we go into looking at this a little bit closely, for those of you that are not familiar with Team Corally, they just kind of got into the bashing market probably about a little bit over a year ago. Now, they released some 8 scale and also 10 scale cars in their whole bashing market, but they have race cars. They've been doing racing for, shoot, 20 plus years, 25 plus years, I want to say. So they do also have a lot of race type cars as well. They got a lot of 10 scale buggies, on-road cars, stuff like that. So I'll put a link to their site if you guys want to go over there and check out some of their race inspired cars and stuff as well. And they've been doing updates to their previous line so that they have kind of these version 2s that have a lot more beefier parts, and they've done some upgrades and updates, which we'll go over briefly as well. So anyway, back to this buggy. So this looks good. I like the cab forward body that they did for this. I always thought that that kind of brings out the buggy. It kind of gives it that truggy buggy look, but it's really still a buggy. But it does help it to stand out. I do like the way cab forward bodies look. I think Team Losi does it. Kyosho does with a couple of theirs as well, and I think Associated start releasing stuff as well. And I think it just looks pretty cool with that cab forward body with it. So, all right, and taking a quick look at what we get here in the box. We don't get any tools with this, so keep that in mind when you buy one of these. You don't get any tools with this. So I'm hoping that Team Corally, excuse me, in the future starts including some tools or something, at least remove the tires and wheels or something like that with. So just consider that when you get this, you need to get tools and stuff, where most people will probably have their tools. But if it's your first one, you do have to get tools for it. They do give you an instruction manual. Instruction manual is pretty detailed with some of the stuff that's in there as well. They got a quick overview and stuff of the buggy. So if this is your first car, you know, I always recommend you just take a few minutes and you look through the instruction manual to familiarize yourself with the buggy and the functionality and everything for it as well. And then they also give you a 2.4 gigahertz radio. Now, I believe, if I recall, this radio is 3-channel I believe it's 3 channel if I can remember. Now this comes with all their kits, whether it's the 8 scale or the 10 scale. This comes with, and it has a lot of your basic trims and stuff on there. And it's a good feel for it. I didn't have any problems or issues with this radio with the previous 2 models that I have, and I don't think I'll have any problems with this one as well. So, all right, and back to the buggy. So as I mentioned, that the design of this is still like the Python version 2, except for they changed the tread pattern on the tires, and that actually feels pretty decent. And also the body and stuff as well. So that is different with this, but so that gives you a choice between either getting this one or getting the Python version 2. And as I mentioned, they did do several, as I consider, needed upgrades to this particular one. Now, this is kind of new to the lineup with the new name, but like I said, it is a Python buggy just with some minor changes, cosmetic changes to the look of it and stuff. So looking at the tires real quick, these tires do feel pretty good. Now, this car is aimed kind of for the basher industry, but you could also probably go to the local level and maybe change out the tires and do some minor adjustments and do some racing with it as well, and be highly competitive in on a local level with racing and stuff as well. So that's going to be interesting to see how this performs off-road. But the tire compound feels good. It's hard enough to where they're not going to wear down, but it's not so soft where I don't think I'll see any ballooning and stuff of the tires and wheels. So that'll be interesting to get this out, to try this on different payments. But I do like the tread pattern that they put on here with this. And as far as the design and look of the body, they did a good job on the paint scheme for it. So pretty excited about getting this out. And the body actually seems, it's not too thick. I expect it to be a little bit thicker than this, but I think it's still going to hold up. You can always, if you want to get your bodies to be thicker, you can always put some Gorilla Tape on the inside stuff. And I may do a video on that a little bit later on, how to toughen up your bodies, just in case people want to do that. So, get this body off real quick. Now, I see a couple of things on here, like as far as this wing and stuff goes, that's going to help with some durability of this as well. I never had the Python buggy, especially the version 1, so I don't know how strong that is, but I know I can base my experience off of having the Chronos and stuff as well. So getting this off, that looks nice laid out up in there. Taking a quick look at that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So one thing that's standing out a lot is going to be this center diff. You guys see that there? That is aluminum in there. And that is good because a lot of times when you're running 6S, especially if you're running 6S off road, and this buggy is capable of up to 70 miles per hour, you're going to end up melting that plastic case in there. And that's happened before on some cars I've had before where I've gotten there. You, after running it several times, or you're just running on road and you're constantly 70 miles per hour, this is one of the things that's usually going to have some failure in it. So I'm glad that they did an upgrade to that, as well as a couple other things we'll look at real close. So shocks are big. They got some big bore shocks on here, which is good. It does not have adjustable turnbuckles on there, but for me personally, I am completely fine with that because I don't do a lot of adjusting of toe in and stuff like that. And a lot of times if you're running and bashing, if you start flipping and stuff like that, sometimes that metal from the adjustable turnbuckles can eat into that plastic. Not saying it always happens, but it could be a possibility. So they probably thought about that, making this for the basher market. They went ahead and just included non-adjustable ones, which, like I said, me personally, I am fine with that. So other things with this, it does come with a 2050 kV motor and a 150 amp speed controller, and it's got XT90 connectors on it. And you guys see right here, we do get a looper and stuff for that as well. So that's good. So you can run two 2S's, or you can run two 3S's, or you can run one 4S with this looper on here, or one 6S. So for this, I'm going to be using some of my SMC lipos to run this on 4S and then also 6S. And of course, we're going to get this out for Super Speed Saturday very, very soon. So, but the layout of this buggy is very good. So one of the things I was looking at and just a little concerned about, which I think they've got all this upgraded, was going to be one, the shock tower. So it is a lot thicker than the previous model ones. And then also looking at the chassis braces and stuff as well. Now, like I said, I am basing my experience off of having the Chronos version 1, and this looks to be, you know, a lot better as well. And I do feel, thank you, oil in these differentials. So that is a good thing because the Chronos, the version 1, didn't have oil in it, so you had to go in there and take those diffs out and put some oil and stuff in them. So that is a good thing. So let's turn this sucker over and look at the underside of this chassis. So it is a 3mm chassis, and this is pretty thick. So I think that should be fine, especially for a buggy holding up to some of the runs and stuff that I do with it. And I'll take it through some bigger jumps as well. with that. So, and the suspension setup, that seems to be pretty good. And that's without a battery in it. So I think they've got that pretty much right as well. I don't know exactly what kind of oil they put in these shocks, but we'll find out how that is as we do some running and stuff with it as well. But I think this will be fine the way they got this pretty much set up. Now the servo is a 25 kilogram servo, and it is a metal gear servo from what I did see. I think it was on the box and the instructions for that. So that is pretty good. And let's take a quick look at this motor mount and the way that's adjusted. So it is easy to access and change your pinion gears out. I don't know right off the bat what pinion gear comes in there with this, but if this is capable of hitting 70 miles per hour, I'm thinking probably out the box I'll probably get about 60 some, but we'll see. We'll test that out tomorrow. It's probably about a 15 tooth pinion gear in there, but I'll take a closer look at that and update you guys on the Super Speed Saturday of what size pinion gear is on there, and then also see if the claim for 70 miles per hour is straight out the box, or you have to use an optional pinion gear to reach that particular speeds with it. But the buggy looks solid, guys. It does have sway bars front and rear on there. You guys can see those up in there for that. And the way it's constructed looks like it's going to be a pretty solid and pretty good buggy to get out and run with. I'm looking at the wing and stuff like that, and it looks to be pretty sturdy itself. Like it's not just gonna pop off on the first run. It is got a little bit of flex to it, which is good. You don't want it to be too sturdy. So if you have a couple tumbles and stuff, you don't have to worry about this just breaking off. It does have a little flex and a little give to it there. So guys, that's going to be a quick look at this. I did want to show this to you guys, and I will get this out for a Super Speed Saturday, probably for the first run, to see what kind of speeds we can get with it. And these tires, I'm telling you, I like these tires. They need to make these tires available because these are going to be a good all-around basher type tire for a buggy and even for some other cars and stuff as well. I know some people do some conversions on 10 scales and they put 17 millimeter hexes on it. So this is going to be a good compound. So we'll take this to the test on road in some grass and some dirt. If it rains, we'll get a little mud, a little bit of mud, just a little bit. We'll take it out there too and run that as well and see how this holds up. So other little features for this, I'll list down in the description as well. And like I said, I'll put a link down below to their site so you can check out some of their other models. And then I also put a link where you can purchase this from at Tiny Adventures RC. He's got several in stock, and I think he's going to get several more. And then they have a whole version 2 lineup coming out as well, where they're doing some needed necessary revisions to some of their other cars as well. So he'll be getting those in stock, and he also has a lot of their 10 scales in stock as well. And I believe he has one of their 8 scale on-road racing cars. I did speak to him a couple months ago about that, and I do believe he was looking at getting one or trying one out. So I may try to get one of those a little bit later on just to do some tests with that, because it does look like it's going to handle pretty good. So, but anyway, guys, that is a quick look at this. I probably will at some point put some Gorilla Tape on this body. We'll see how it holds up on the first run, and then if I see that if I see it's going to be starting to break apart, which I don't think it was, not too bad weather here either, I'll go ahead and I'll put some, if I get that front part on there we go. I'll go ahead and make this body a little bit tougher, and just putting Gorilla Tape, just lining the inside of the body with Gorilla Tape is all I'm going to do with it. But it should be fine for it because it does have protection on the side a little bit. So if I am crashing, you guys see there, it's not just going to eat into the body and stuff as well. So anyway, guys, that is a quick look at this. Put your comments down below. I am excited about getting out and running this to see how this buggy handles, especially based off of the previous version models and stuff. And then we'll go from there. So as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.